On your subject, on a subject of Trump, I think you're absolutely right. As you know, when he was running for office the first time, I asked him that debate question about the way he's referred to women, right? That was controversial, and Trump's tweets were
I remember that.
controversial. But the truth is, now, it all just seems so small ball now that he's been president of the United States, now that he's under indictment 3 times and facing a fourth, the two-tier system of justice. And yet the media is kind of still on the name-calling game. And to me, I see it very differently now. I love my question still. I stand by it. But I'm just saying, today, all over the media is the fact that he kind of referred to Chris Christie as a fat pig. Not exactly, but kind of. Here's what he said. and without any acknowledgement of what Chris Christie has been calling Donald Trump. All right, here's what happened. It's top 4.
He's eating right now. He can't be bothered. Sir, please do not call him a fat pig. That's very disrespectful. Don't call him. See, I'm trying to be nice. Don't call him a fat pig.
Okay. So is it a nice, it's not nice. But Chris Christie's basically, every chance he gets, he calls Trump a criminal. I'd rather somebody call me a fat pig than a criminal.
Absolutely. And this is theater. This is politics. And President Trump gets this better than anybody else. He knows how to properly attack his opponent to drive their polling numbers down to get them out of the race. And that's exactly what he's doing. If we've watched if we've known anything over the course of the past few years, President Trump is kind of the master at painting someone as something and then they are done. And not just done really at the time. Their political career is actually going to be in jeopardy for the future. And that's all this is. This is actually a very smart play by President Trump. If he can even show some compassion by saying he's not a fat pig, but he's out eating, it's so tongue in cheek, and it's so tongue in cheek. And even watching it, I cannot help but laugh. And I think that's where a lot of Americans understand how President Trump operates. I being one of them. I watched that and I just kind of smiled and smirked. I was like, oh, it's a very savvy move by a person that's an expert at branding, and he is going to brand of all his opponents at some point to make sure that he is going to be the victor in 2024.
It's like, don't go there, right? If you're going to get nasty with him, he's going to get nasty with you. That's just the way it's going to be.
And also, I appreciate you bringing up Chris Christie. He has said a lot of horrible things about President Trump over the course of the past few years. This is simply a response to that. Yeah.
Big time. So it's then it falls flat when he tries to sort of take the high road and I'm the one who's above all this. Here's actually Christie's response in top 5.
I've known him for 22 years is I am so in his head. What's he doing talking about me? It's because now I'm in second place in New Hampshire. And if he looks at everything I've done in my career and what he wants to talk about is the way I look, fine. Because I'll tell you this, there are tens of millions of Americans who have struggled with their weight the same way I struggle with my weight. And they look at somebody who talks like that and they say, that's a child. That's a child. So let him keep talking. You want to say something? 2 weeks from tonight, show up. I'll be on the stage. He punches the defenseless.
What do you make of that?
He punches the defenseless. Chris Christie, again, you've already articulated this. He has said so much. He has been running his mouth for the past few years against President Trump, and President Trump is simply fighting back. That's who President Trump is. He is a fighter. And trust me, if you punch him, he's going to punch back twice as hard. And why would President Trump show up to a debate when he is up 35, 40 points in almost every single poll? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't help him. And if Chris Christie thinks that he's second in New Hampshire right now, but if by second you mean you're still 35, 40 points behind the front runner, then fine, you're a second. You're a distant second. You are literally the first loser. And if he's going to continue to try to talk tough and continue to try to punch at President Trump, he's going to eventually pay the piper. And look, if he wants to be the victim right now and complain about his weight or his laziness or his struggle with weight, that's fine. But we all know that's not what we're talking about here. We are talking about President Trump fighting back at somebody that has been talking trash about him for the past few years. That's all this is. And you cannot fool me.
I know what you're saying. I don't think there's one heavy set Trump supporter who actually is going to be offended thinking, oh, he
Not a
must
single
think
one.
I'm a fat pig. Like he's using these very derogatory terms to insult
Right.
somebody who he can't stand. It's not about
right.
his Trump's. I mean, Trump's admitted that he himself has got a bit of a weight problem in the past.
Yeah, he's not going to talk about. Yes.
All right. So now, speaking of the debate, Trump went on with Eric Bolling on Newsmax last night and was asked about this. And here's what he said about whether he's going to participate at the August 23rd Fox News debate.
Yeah, I've already decided, and I'll be announcing something next week. And I wouldn't sign the pledge. Why would I sign a pledge? There are people on there that I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have certain people as, somebody that I'd endorse. So they want you to sign a pledge. But I can name 3 or 4 people that I wouldn't support for president. But I don't have to use that.
Right now,
no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. There's no reason to insult them.
So he says he's
good.
made his decision about whether he's going to attend the GOP debate. He's going to announce it next week. The head of the RNC has said he's got to tell them within 48 hours because it's not that easy to just pop up a lectern. I would challenge that. I was at a debate that Trump skipped, and we, to the last second, had the lectern ready to go. Now, he had not yet been the sitting, he had not yet been the sitting president. It is more tricky, the Secret Service protection and all that. They follow the former presidents. But do you think he will go? Do you think he'll go?
I can never speak for President Trump. He makes up his own mind. But if I were guessing, I don't see why this would help him out at this point. He has done a very good job this campaign. He has run a very solid campaign. He has clearly surrounded himself with people that know what they're doing, and he is taking this run very seriously. Even watching that clip, to kind of show that restraint when asked, what 3 people would you not want to see the president of the United States or would you not endorse? I thought to myself, wow, he wouldn't even name these people. President Trump is laser focused on getting our country back and talking about the things that actually matter.
Look, you did the tough thing during COVID. You paid your people and pulled your business through the pandemic. And now doing the tough thing could qualify you for up to $26,000 per employee at covidtaxrelief.org. Government funds are available to reward companies with 2 or more employees who stayed open during COVID. This is not a loan, and you don't have to pay it back. The program's complicated, but no one knows more about it than the CPAs and tax pros at covidtaxrelief.org. You pay nothing up front. They do all the work and share a percentage of the cash they get you. Businesses of all types, including nonprofits and churches, can qualify, even those who took PPP loans and even if you had increases in sales. You did the tough thing for your employees during COVID. Now let covidtaxrelief.org help get you up to $26,000 per employee. Visit covidtaxrelief.org. That's covidtaxrelief.org, covidtaxrelief.org. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.